your, sort of what you've learned and sort of what your thoughts are about how we can do better at what we do. Um, and so we have several people that are helping us make this possible. Um, Megan Barker, I'm not sure which side of me you're on, Megan, up above or below on the screen, but Megan is our environmental scientist and has been doing a lot of the coordination with Letty. Um, and then for our judges, um, actually, if you don't mind, I'll let the judges introduce themselves very briefly. We'll start with Ignacio.
Great. My name's Ignacio Mendoza. I currently work for California Strawberry Commission as a field research specialist. I'm also a pest control advisor and about to be a certified crop advisor. At present, I also help my father farm strawberries here in Salinas, California, and I look forward to this competition.
Thank you, Ignacio. Emily?
Hi, I'm Emily Gardner. I work for the Salinas Valley Basin Groundwater Sustainability Agency. And so work on groundwater. I used to work in agriculture for 7 years in the area and also was a director on the RCD board. Now I'm a special events, I don't know, I'm an advisor. So I'm still involved with the RCD, still really support their efforts, and it's intersected both with my previous profession in agriculture and my current profession in groundwater sustainability. So happy to be here.
Thank you, Emily. James?
I am James Booth. I work for the Natural Resources Conservation Service, NRCS. We're part of the USDA. Our mission is to help ag producers and land managers protect their natural resources on their land. Currently stationed in Hollister, serving San Benito and Santa Clara counties, and for a little while, Monterey County. And I'm happy to be here.
Oh, and Hannah.
Hi, my name is Hannah Wallace. I work for the Monterey County Agricultural Commissioner's Office. I am their ag programs biologist, which means that I do anything that's related to entomology, plant pathology, and invasive plant management. And specifically, I work with the RCD to help them with rundow removal in the Salinas, and we also collaborate on the weed management area, which is a group that helps to bring together large landowners in the county that are all focusing on managing weeds to do it in a collaborative and cooperative way.
Thank you. And I think we will wait to have students introduce themselves until after they've given their presentations, just so that there's no impact on judging. There's always, there's some protocols there. But you'll see the students' names as they come on the screen, and then yes, Kevin, Rocco, Jesus, and eventually Diana. We'll look forward to hearing more about you, but I assume we will learn that also as part of your presentations. So look forward to getting to know you more and hearing what you have to say.
Great, and I did just want to make a quick note. There are a few others that are here observing. So that's Katie, who's a coordinator from Fresno County, and it looks like we have Maggie with the RCD.
Yes, Maggie's our finance manager.
Thank you for being here.
She grew up in the area too, so loves these contests.
Perfect.
Great, thank you very much, Letty.
All right.
So we will retire to the judges' chamber, as it were, into the breakout room, and we'll look forward to seeing the first contestant when you all are ready. And just so you know, students, I will be the timekeeper. And as you know, you have a 3 to 5 minute window. So if you're shy or if you're long, we'll track that as part of the score sheet that you all saw. But anyways, all you have to do is say, I'm ready, and I'll start the timer, and then I'll stop it when you're done. So we'll look forward to seeing you in there.
All right, let me see if I can get this right.
And And yes, welcome to our very first attempt to trying this via Zoom. This is a learning experience, so maybe some rough edges. I appreciate your patience, and see you soon.
Excuse me.
Yes. You okay, Jesus?
Oh, can you hear me or no? Because
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought you can hear me because I'm sorry. I have a question regarding like at the beginning of our presentation or our speech. Sorry, it wasn't clear to me within the rules and all the information. Are we supposed to introduce ourselves or no? Like, do we let them know who we are or till the end?
So you're not going to let them know because they want it to be kind of anonymous almost. So you definitely, I mean, they see your name, but you don't want to let them know what school you're from.
Okay, thank you.
And in Ignacio, you should be able to join that. Did something pop up for you to join the breakout room? Perfect. Okay. So, how are you guys feeling about this? So all the judges are in the other room. It's just us.
I'm pretty good.
Pretty good.
I kind of like trying over.
I mean, I'm doing a presentation while doing this at the same time, so I'm a little anxious, but you know, it's all good.
So are you in your other class, Kevin?
Yeah.
Which class is it?
My Spanish class.
Okay. Do you think you'll be, since you're going first, you can get it quickly out of the way?
Yeah.
Will that be a little bit easier?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And if you're able to turn on your video while you're presenting, there will be points, I believe, for like eye contact or the best, you know.
My connection's really shoddy right now, and then I tried turning on my camera in the past, but like it'll just say my CPU is too high, and like the connection will just lag a bit. So
okay. So when you introduce yourself or when you start talking before you start, you definitely want to let them know that that's an issue. That way it won't count against you.
Okay.
All right. All right. Good luck, Kevin.
Thank you.
I'm going to send you over there. Okay. Let me see how this works. Oh, and then also, Kevin, once you're in there, you can just stay in that room and then you can watch everybody else present. Okay.
All right.
All right. Did you have a question, Jesus?
Oh, I'm gonna be in class. Or did he say that you brought everyone up 15 more minutes up like earlier or no?
Yes.
Okay, so my time instead of being 1:20, I'll do it at 1?
Yeah. I think it might even go a little bit faster. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you. It's because I start class at 1:15 with Mr. Maraska. I have his class right now.
Maraska? Oh, you're excused from his class. I'm just kidding. No, he knows you're here. I did have him. He's in the know. So if you do show up a little bit late, that should be fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, I did want to catch up with you guys while we're in this main room and just kind of hear more about how school's going. And kind of share. I wanted to know if you guys are taking additional classes or is it just school, or are you doing college courses? What are you up to, Jesus?
Just school. I recently got more pigs for my project, and Ms. Dawkins, my other ag teacher. There's like an agri-science, and I thought I wanted to do something that I could possibly enjoy doing instead of just like doing it for the class. So, you know, sometimes they like recommend to go buy, well, you can do like beans on the like, I don't know, make them grow.
I think you froze. Are you there, Jesus? No? Okay. Well, how's it going for you, Rocco?
It's good.
Yeah,
Just
you're staying
doing
busy. Do you
schoolwork.
have any additional classes this year, or are you just sticking with
No,
what you
I'm
have?
just sticking in school.
Good.
In school.
And you're able to get, are you still doing your MMA fighting?
Yeah. I do
Good.
that. Yeah.
That's great. Were you able to complete the kit that I brought over the other day? Or at least take a
Not
look at it?
completely, but I checked it out. I'm like, I think I could probably do that.
Good. That'll be great. So for the kit, we actually partnered with a nonprofit called Shinampa, and they teach biotechnology, and they try and simplify it a little bit. And they ended up building this really hands-on and easy to do kit, which even I thought was pretty interesting to see, because if you look at the materials, it's like, you know, thin strips of paper or wax paper, and you just, you know, just like everyday, very inexpensive materials. So I hope you enjoy doing that with your hands. Hopefully Jesus jumps on here again. There he is. Hello, Jesus.
Oh, hello. I'm back now. Sorry.
It's okay. So you were saying you decided to get pigs instead of doing the bean growing?
Well, yeah, most kids, you know, that's like eats and stuff you can do. Like, you know how people put them in like cotton or like towels, and they moist them and then put them in like against the window or something, or
Oh
they
yeah.
grow plants. But I want to do something that I'm doing, so I got some pigs. So there's a big show going on in December. Hopefully it still goes on, the Arizona Nationals in Phoenix, and it's like most of the people here in California go to that show because this year California didn't have. It's been complicated with them having a national show here, so yeah, I got litter mates from them for my breeder, and I have them here at my house, and I take care of them now. So
Wow.
eventually those, yeah.
So are they little piglets right now, or?
No, so at the beginning of my project, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, they were like 60 pounds, and now one of them, well, they're all pushing to 200 pounds.
Oh wow.
So hopefully they're pretty big animals. Well, depending on their genetics. So I have a little gilt, a female that hasn't grown as much, and then I have a barrow, a castrated pig a male that's massive. And they're all like, I mean, they're not like starving. You know, they tell people they're all on different like trials,
Oh,
but
Kevin.
within like,
Oh, sorry, Kevin's back.
they're all just.
Hold on, Jesus. Kevin, did you finish already?
Yeah, I finished. I was a little anxious, so I spoke a little fast, but you know, it's all part of the experience and whatnot.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, they told me that tell you that they're gonna, I guess, text you in 5 to 10 minutes and like I guess send it to the next person or give you the results or whatnot. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Jesus was just sharing about his burrow. You said, is that what it's called? The castrated male. He has some pigs.
Barrows. But yeah, they're there and they're growing.
Good. So you said 4 total?
Yes, they're all in different trials, so they all have different feeds. All of them have different feeds based on their needs of being able to hit the market to be able to, you know, be processed or whatnot. But so all of them have different diets, and at the end, I will be getting them judged by a certified judge and my breeder so that they can. So lately, because you know coronavirus, everything was virtual. So they started having virtual livestock shows where like you record yourself showing your pig and then they judge them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna have a judge actually judge them, and then present that to the class as well in my presentation when I finish my project, and my breeder will also do it. So yeah, it's
Oh,
been
that
pretty
sounds,
fun. It's all take.
yeah. And it sounds a lot more complicated than just growing, some vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, but I enjoy it, so it doesn't really not. I mean, it does take up most of my morning. I wake up like at 6:30, and I'm not done till like 9, and then all of my afternoon from like 3 to. Sometimes I have certain teachers that make me turn in my assignments before, so like by 9, so I have to be home by 7. But if not, then there's always so many things you can do with them.
That's good. And they're allowing you to keep the pigs on the school farm?
No, I have them at my house. Most people keep them at the school farm, but I keep my animals at my house. They're not at my house, but by our barn by my house.
Great. What have you been up to, Kevin, lately? Does everybody know that Kevin actually lives on a nursery, right, Kevin?
Yeah, right near SoCal Nursery. It's SoCal Growers is the actual name, but yeah, right next to them. I don't know if you saw, but there's a little what would you call it? I guess a little farm, little ranch, like right next to the nursery that I go to, and there's horses and chickens and a big old emu there that me and my dad take care of. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
What was that, Raka?
I was gonna say, how is the emu? Because he told me that they had one. I was like, what?
Did you hear that, Kevin? He said, how's your emu?
Oh, well, it tried biting me last time, but it's okay, I guess.
That's awesome. Do you go and help out? Does your dad that works there? Does he allow you to help and work and make some money?
Yeah, it's a nice way to make a little side hustle and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't get paid much, but it's just, I have fun going there and helping out.
Good. So what have you been up to other than being at home and doing school?
Video games, working out, reading a bit. I've been getting a bit into philosophy and whatnot. Not the Greek stuff. I think the Greek stuff's a little overrated. I think Socrates and Plato and Marcus Aurelius are a bit overrated for sure. If we're gonna talk about philosophy, it either has to be Camus or Jung. Because nobody really talks about them. Nobody really talks about them.
Oh wow! I honestly don't even know who they are, so I will write that down.
Yeah.
That's great. I think philosophy, when I was in college, actually, I wanted to do philosophy, and my counselor told me that it wasn't for women. So he was not a great counselor.
What a sexist, jerk.
Oh my gosh, it was like 14 years ago. So, I mean, times have changed for sure.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of great female philosophers, a lot of great
right?
poets. Yeah. It's horrible to discount them just because of their gender and whatnot,
Yeah. Well, times have changed for sure, even in the last 15 years. So let me just double check. I'm going to jump into that breakout room real quick and see. Maybe I can send a message to the ones in the breakout room. Where is she? Why am I not able to send a message to her? Sorry, guys, this is our first time trying this, so. Okay, looks like they're ready for you, Jesus. Are you ready? Okay, let me send you over there.
Yes.
Okay. And, okay, here we go. Let's see. Good luck.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
There you go. Kevin, did you want to go ahead and watch while he does the speech as well, just to observe?
Um, is it okay if I just stay in this breakout room right now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
So when I'm talking about the speech, I just talk about the topic, yeah.
Yeah, you talk about the topic and kind of, you want to relate it to like, you know, yourself or people you know.
I was gonna
or...
say, yeah, I kind of just like made my speech kind of about like on a literal term, like how they could help people engage, you know, like spread word, go to places, tell them about, you know.
Good. Yeah,
I
that's
wasn't
really
sure,
what they're looking for.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what they were looking for, like as in like if they're thinking like ways like they can help or like, yeah.
Yeah, I think they made it such a general question that you could go either way, you know. You can go anywhere with it, really. If you wanted to be super specific with ideas, you could do that as well. I think I think all RCDs are really struggling to engage people. And to be quite honest, I didn't know what an RCD was until I started working for,
This is the first time I've heard of it, so.
Well, we actually had a field day with them last year, but you know, like if we hadn't done this program or if I hadn't been a coordinator, I feel like they don't reach my community or could have possibly reached me. So, and I think, well, yeah, hopefully this helps them. And it's interesting that they're reaching out to youth, but I think you guys have a very unique perspective on how information can be shared.
Yeah, when I was going to talk about my speech is about getting to the youth because we're the next step, and getting to us first would be a good way for us, like as our, like I think I said, I was going to say in my speech, I was going to talk about how going to schools like elementaries, middle schools, high schools, and kind of like when they're talking about a science thing, maybe talk to them about this and tell them like, hey, conservation is needed, especially for the upcoming years, and like it'd be good for them to contact schools because for them to learn at an early age would be good.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And then you're also interested in fire science. Isn't that correct, Rocco? Like firefighter? Was that you?
Yeah.
Or is that,
I think that was Kevin.
Or is that Kevin?
Yeah.
That's you,
Kevin. I got a class this year in the whole firefighting gig. It's pretty cool.
Really? They offer that at SoCal?
Yeah, they do.
What do you do in that class?
Well, so far we've just been, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been a little disappointing. So far we've just been giving interviews and tying knots, like quite literally. I recorded like 2-3 videos of myself tying like different types of knots. But
so no pole sliding yet?
Yeah, no pole slide, no none of that cool stuff, you know. It's a little disappointing, but whatever.
So why would you tie knots? I don't understand that.
Beats me, to be quite frank, but I guess it's what the guy wants us to do, so that's what we gotta do to get those 10 points, you know. So.
That's interesting. Well, I think we will be talking to a few folks about hopefully at Elkhorn SLU we can talk a little bit about what they're doing to mitigate and conserve in regards to like taking care of the land so it doesn't get set on fire.
Yeah. Especially
that's good.
California was on fire this year.
Wasn't it crazy this year?
Dude, it was totally apocalypse looking.
We're not even done.
Yeah, especially when it was all orange outside.
Yeah. How did your school closed down for a while, didn't it?
Yeah, for like a week and a half.
Yikes. That is not good. So it's interesting also to hear how school's going specifically for your classes, because we're going to have some alumni jump on next month to talk about how their school's going. And so some of them are at like Hartnell College and a few of them at Cal Poly. And so It'd be great to hear how they're making their points and how doing college remote and virtually has affected them.
It's definitely easier, but then for me.
Good. It's
'Cause
good in a way.
in a way, it's
Yeah.
easier, especially for me on Tuesday, Thursdays. I get out at 9:50, so
Oh, wow. That's really
Yeah.
nice.
I only have 2 classes on that day. Those days.
Well, I wonder how Jesus is doing.
Mhm.
Can you guys hear that music?
A little bit, but
Okay,
fine.
I'm gonna close the door. Can you guys hear music?
Crimson Kill.
We have 30 minutes to close.
I was gonna ask, how do they did they really need help for people to get out a word like they need for conservation, right?
What do you mean? Like,
They needed us to kind of give them ideas, yeah.
I wonder. I mean,
It was kind of random for me. I was like,
I think they do. I think they're looking for fresh ideas. If you remember, if you look even at the websites, a lot of the people that work for the RCD and the NRCS have held their positions for 20, 30, 40 years. And so their perspective is very different than, some of the new interns or new new folks coming in. So I think they may need a little bit of help in that regard. Hey, Jesus, how did it go?
Good. I got really I don't know why I got really nervous and in the middle of my presentation I mumbled a little, and then I was doing hand gestures, but then I forgot that I don't have the computer close to me or as far, so I had to bring them up here. I just figured out when I saw my screen that all these saw were little things like this. They just see this.
It's okay.
Little yeah.
So did you do the 3 minutes or the full time, 3 to 5 minutes?
I did 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 20 something seconds.
Okay. That's pretty good. Way to keep
Which
it
I don't
under
know
5.
why it took so long. I thought my speech was a little under 2 minutes, or not under 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes, but I got 4 something.
Good. You gotta remember to slow it down.
Yeah.
Say everything you need to say. All right. So they're gonna text us when they're ready. Jesus, did you want to go back in the room and watch? If it's all right, I think we should all go into the room to watch Rocco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just put a lead meeting, or do you send us there?
Yeah, well, I'll send you there.
Okay.
Let me see when they're ready for you. I hope Deanna's all right. She's pretty good about getting back to us when she can't make it. Did you guys want to play a game?
Sure. Okay.
It's like a little icebreaker. So it's called Arms Reach Show and Tell. So I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to find something that is meaningful to you or that you like and that you want to share with us. And then bring it back and we'll share. Ready, go. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab something. All right. Okay, I have something. Did you guys grab something? Kevin, you're probably gonna have to describe what you have.
It's all good. I mean, I got some to share, so.
Okay. Who's first? I'll go first. Okay. So I brought my little house plant. This is a snake plant. And I have almost 30 house plants now. And it's important to me because it gives me something to do and something to be kind to. And it's helped a lot with my mental health for sure. All right. Go, Jesus. You're next.
I'm sorry, I left because I had someone came right now. But what are we doing?
Oh, we're just doing a little show and tell. If you have something in arm's
do I just-
reach, we can skip to Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, you
So
had something? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Oh, okay, I said okay.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Kevin. You ready?
am I going or?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. Well, I got this. I mean, you guys can't see it, but I got this like neat little Pokemon card. It's the Pokemon Mankey, level 14. I mean, he's one of my favorite Pokemon just because he's a monkey. I think that's really neat. I mean, Chimchar beats him every single time, you know. Don't even get me started on Chimchar. Chimchar is the best Pokemon out there, you know, but people tell you different.
Amen.
Or believe him, but
Nice.
yeah.
Or Dragonite.
All right. What do you got, Rocco?
It's funny because my little cousins came over and they brought out a bunch of toys, and I found this. It was a Mecha Godzilla. And as a kid, when I was little, I always loved Godzilla and the cheesy movies. Like, they were dubbed and like their voiceover is so funny. And so after they brought that out, I was like, wow. I'm like, I still have that. And then it brought up memories. Like, I used to watch Godzilla all the time.
Yeah, those are good memories. All right. What about you, Jesus? Real quick before we have to go into the room.
I guess I can show one of. I mean, they're in front of me, but I like to take care of plants like succulents. Every time I go into like a Target or Walmart, I know at Target they used to have some, but now I mean I'm guessing they only do it when it's like seasonal. But at Walmart they always have it, and at Home Depot, and sometimes they have those little magnetic ones. And in the barn we have a refrigerator, and anything that has a magnet, I put them on there. And sometimes like once in a while when I remember, I just spray them with like water. But I have a couple different plants at my house that only go to like grocery stores, or they just have them there for sale or whatever, and I just get them. So like each
That's
one
how I
has like
am.
different memories. Yeah, because like I get them like when I'm shopping for something. Like the ones right here by my TV, I have 2 plants that I got at, I don't know, I went to some place in Salinas, like on a whole other side of Salinas. I think it was like Footsco. I don't know. And I got them because I was getting ready to go to the fair, and I was buying some things for that one particular pig. And so I don't know, it's been a year now since I've had that. So, yeah, I bought them. Yeah.
Good. I will definitely share some of my plants with you then. All right, guys, you ready? Let's go, Rocco.
You got this, Rocco. You got this.
All right. And then I think you guys, if you see the breakout rooms, can you guys click on that and then just rejoin?
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Um, let me know. You just give me, I'm getting you placed on the screen here, Rocco. Just give me a thumbs up when you are ready to start, and I'll start the clock.
Alright, I'm good. Alright, so I was looking over the packet, and the question was, is how can you get people to um, kind of get involved with, how do you get a community that's involved with conservation? And I thought a good way is to educate people on it and educate them on how important conservation is and that it's good to know how the world's doing and what conservation can do to help the world. And for starters, I'm thinking schools is a good way to pique the interest for students and for them to start participating in a conservation practice because, in a way, conservation is looking towards the future. And the way the world is now, our younger, we should try to like inspire the younger generations about how conservation is and that um, it'll pique their interest because then they'll really want to do it. Kind of like how when I was younger, I loved wildlife and stuff, and then like Steve Irwin would always say conservation and how it helps the world and everything. And so I was thinking like if you want to get the word out there, like conservation is a thing that we need, schools would be probably a good way because there's like especially in like science classes or something, because at least the students will all be able to hear a message or a video that anyone shows. And and yeah, so schools is a good way. And also another good place is like jobs or something like it's like with like adults that have like families or something, because then they can teach their kids that conservation is a good thing because they want a better future for their kids. And if we do conservation on anything, it'll kind of help the kids want a choice on whether how their lives can pan out, you know? Um, and also media, like social media is a good way because everyone here in Santa Cruz community, I'm sure everyone in the world has social media. So if there's a way you can like TV commercials or advertisements, because sometimes like things that eye popping, like I'm taking a graphic design and something that can get the attention, people will want to like see what it is. So I was thinking like social media or like anything that can just um, get people's eyes to go to it, like a focus or something that they can see how important how conservation is and how that it's good.
Hi, Lefty.
Hey, are you having trouble jumping over there?
Yeah, I didn't get the invitation.
If you, let me see. If you click at the bottom, there should be a breakout room like option. Is it down there at the bottom?
Yeah, I saw it now.
Click it and then return to that room. Go for it.
I don't know yet. I haven't seen her on the Zoom at all.
Okay. Hi, Letty.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Do we have a fourth contestant coming?
We do not. It looks like we don't.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Sorry, it didn't work out for Deanna. So the judges are still doing their tallies. We're going to need to go into a separate room for discussion when we're done with that. So um, I think the group here can chat a little bit.
Sure.
Oh, were you speaking, Letty?
Yeah, I was going to say if students want to leave the room, it'll take you back to the main room.
Oh, that would be great. And then, yeah, we'll have our deliberations. And then I'll text you when we're ready.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you all, students, for participating and putting the time and effort into this.
So we just put the leave breakout room and then we go back?
Yes.
I stuttered a lot.
Oh, did you? I missed a portion of it.
I was kind of going on a roll, but then I started stuttering. I was like, oh shit, because I was like the transitioning, I kind of didn't do as well.
Yeah, that's definitely really tricky.
Yeah, I got the important stuff that I needed to get out.
Hey man, you did better than me. I said the word "what not" like 200 times in my presentation. You're good.
Me too. I said some other word, like I say it all the time. I don't know.
You gotta watch out for those repetitive.
Refrain from the repetitive, like the, then, or and. Like
oh, no, I don't know. No.
Never. I love using the word "what not" too much. It's the best word ever.
All the time and whatnot.
Well, with practice, definitely, and this was a really good practice. It sounds like you guys already know where you struggled. Sounded like you had some good content.
Yeah, I just kind of told him, like, when I was going over, like, I read the topic literal, like, what are some
What
ways?
was, like, I didn't really get the main topic of it, though.
The main topic was, like, what are some ways we can help people engage in conservation? So I'm like, go to schools, post stuff that people do now, which is social media, get people's attention.
Oh yeah. We kind of. I wasn't really strong on what they should do. I was more on like what they do, and yeah, the same thing.
Oh.
I didn't really.
That works too, because you can. Did you highlight some of the things that maybe they did great, or?
Yeah, I talk about at the beginning. I talk about how I didn't know what they did, and now I'm honestly interested in even pursuing a career within what they do. And then after that, I went in and then I talked about like the things they do. And at the end, I wasn't really strong, but my conclusion was to more promotion and advertisement.
Awesome. Honestly, that's what I would have written down too, in regards to engaging people, especially during COVID. Social media is probably going to be their best bet, or some type of media.
Some type, like even if it's just like a sign or like on the side of the road, it's like most people want to look at stuff like that if it says something. And I told him like I'm taking graphic design, and one thing is getting people's eyes. Like that's all it takes. They read something interesting, they're gonna read it, and then they'll get a view on it.
Good job.
We gotta create a MySpace account and market ourselves on that platform.
There's no going back to MySpace. Is it even around?
I don't think so.
No, I like the idea of a sign. Really, the more ideas they could, try, really, the better. Deanna just did some.
They're ready? Or
They didn't say. I think they'll be coming back into the main room when they're ready. It'll probably be about 10 or 15 minutes if you guys want to do a quick restroom break.
okay.
Have some water.
So the winner of this has to speak in front of more people, right? Is
Yes.
this like a statewide kind of competition, or what exactly is it?
Yes, it actually goes all the way to the national level. So this is local, and then there's regional, which includes, I think, the Central Valley. But whoever wins here may not have any other competitors in our region. So you would just by default win the region as well, and then just go straight to the state. But during that time, of course, we'd want you to refine your speech. And then they'll give you a little critique, or, they can provide a critique via email later, and that should help with preparing the next, a statewide type of a speech.
Okay. So, thank you for answering my question.
Okay. So I did also so for the students that aren't able to make this speak off, I sent them an invite to another discussion that they have to attend. I wanted to share that with you guys as well, if you're interested. It's with Cabrillo College, and they're doing, it's called Pláticas, but it's like, a talk. Pláticas is like a discussion between Crystal Verduzco and Dr. Mosqueda. And so they're both ladies in conservation and ag. And Crystal actually, what was that?
I'll take a look at it because Cabrillo.
Yeah, your mom works there. She's still doing her work there? Good. Yeah. So I'll share that with everybody. It's on the 22nd, and it's an evening event. The woman who runs it, her name is Ann Endress, and that is a great friend of the organization. And so she wants to actually do a shout out to you guys, whoever attends. So it'll get your name out there. And Crystal actually is an alumni. So she did the program when she was in high school, probably like 20 years ago. So it'll be good to hear her story and how the farms program actually introduced her to ag. And well, not really actually. She grew up with, her parents were farm workers. So ag actually sparked her interest in pursuing a career. So I will share that. It's optional since you did participate in the speak off. But it'll be good for you to even just meet them and maybe connect with them via email or something. Because Crystal's actually working to get a student internship at Just Schools for her specifically. So.
What did I miss?
So I was just sharing that there's an event. I think I may have already shared the flyer with you at Cabrillo College. It's a virtual discussion It's called Platicas, and it's with Dr. Mosqueda, who is, she works at CCMB now, but she's like my age, and she's already a doctor in, I forget, ag science or something like that. But she came from either, it was Gonzales or Soledad High School.
Oh, I know who she is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
so she'll be talking, and then Crystal Verduzco. And she's with Driscoll.
Can anyone join her? Like, where do you have to go? Or can't hang up? Or?
I will send you the flyer, and then you just have to register. It's completely free. It's on the 22nd from 6 to 7.
Yes, I met her last year, last year around this time.
Mm-hmm. Is she from Gonzales? I think it's Soledad.
If it's the same person I'm talking about, I think they're from Soledad.
Yeah, Soledad, huh?
I'm not sure.
That's what I thought. But she's a huge advocate for youth education.
Emmanuel, oh my God. Close the door.
Is that your sibling? Go ahead.
Yeah, but I gotta close the door. I'll come back.
Okay, go ahead.
Oops. Oh my God. I'm back. I just closed the door.
Is that your younger brother?
Who? Well, I was talking
Don't you have younger brothers?
Me, yeah. I have 2 other younger brothers.
Are you the oldest, Jesus?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I have a half sister, but she's like, well, she's moved, she's grown, she's out of the house, so it's just me and my brother now.
Good. Do you have siblings, Rocco?
I have a sister. Yeah, I just have one.
Kevin, you have a couple, right?
Yeah, I got 22 brothers and 29 sisters.
I was gonna say, no, you don't.
Yes, sure. No, really, how many do you have?
I got an older and a younger brother.
Oh, okay. All boys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you happen to know, like, if schools are opening up in our area or, like, not yet?
No, we actually.
Is coronavirus really that bad in our area?
Yeah. So, and then also the state changed the rules to reopen. And so if the county doesn't focus on their low income populations or their, so the way they changed it is like, you have to make sure it's an inclusive count. So like your low income folks, like they can only be a certain percentage that are getting sick. But in our county, at least Monterey County, there's a huge disadvantage to people who are low income or, that don't have health care and stuff like that. And so because our county's not trying to bring those numbers down specifically in that small subset of people, we're not able to open up.
I mean, it's really hard too because, for example, like farm workers are like when they're harvesting lettuce, they all have to be right next to each other, and you don't know who has the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? And then obviously sometimes society or people make it seem like they're in the low income. So yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and then also too, I'll send you this article from Gonzales, a young lady from Gonzales actually, and she talks about some of the challenges that her family is facing, and it talks about how like some people don't even report that they have COVID because they need to be working, and that their living conditions require that they work. And it's definitely a struggle right now. So
I didn't even like knew about it or like, you know.
Yeah, I'll send you that article. It's actually really good. It's a high school.
I really like the day that they told us. I actually was able to show at the Monterey County Fair. Like we actually were when we were able to take our animals there. I was like crying. Like I was like, wow, I haven't done this in months. It's actually been a year because I moved to show at the school and like I just did the school, not anything else. I just did like what Mr. Marasco could take us to. So it was just that one and then Slinger's Alley, and like it had been a year since. My brothers had shown up in other places, but I didn't. So I was like, wow. And even in like the Monterey County, people were just like so happy because other counties like they didn't have a virtual when maybe they could have. I mean, they had a virtual when they maybe could have had a person, but we were able to go in there and we just wear our mask. But yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of things to be missed for sure.
Yep.
I'm wondering how much longer. Let me see. So our next virtual field day will be on a Monday because I know that's a little bit easier for some of you guys. And it's
I don't have school on Monday.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna try and schedule them mostly on Mondays so that everybody can join and that there's no conflict.
What time will it be?
The 9th. So it'll be November 9th, definitely before the holidays. And I'm gonna invite alumni. So it's gonna be an alumni discussion. And then we're also gonna do some professional development and talk a little bit about resumes. And I'll send out a kit. I'll deliver a kit for that as well.
But what time will it be though? Will it be at like 11, 12?
Oh, so that we're gonna try and do from 2 to 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lati.
Go ahead.
There's this Instagram thing that like in the kit that says to go look at it, and I looked into it. Is this you who manages the account, or is it just someone else? I think you're on here. Yeah.
Am I on there?
Is this you? Can I show?
Yeah, show me. Let me see.
Well, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that is me.
Is it you?
That is me, yes. So I don't manage the account. That's the organization we're working with. But I also do work with them in the community. So Shinampa actually is a Salinas-based organization, and they are interested in introducing young people to biotechnology. And what they also do is like community support. And that one we were giving out food boxes, so veggie boxes to just to anybody who wanted them, really. But right there is at Natividad Creek Park. And I actually manage a community garden over there. So if you guys ever want to stop by and get some community hours, I'm there.
What do you do in the garden? Or like, how does it run? You get people to work with?
So the way it started, it was just like a project, an idea that we came up with, and I was just out of college actually, and I had nothing to do, and so I was like, hey, let's try and start a garden because nobody else is gardening, and I want to learn more. And so it took us forever to do it, but now that it's there, what we do is we just keep everything open, and it's more a collaborative garden, and we're trying to build more structure into it. So currently you can go and you can plant, or you can go and support in many different ways. Right now we have a little library, which is a free library box where you can bring old books and you just leave them there. And then if you see a book you like, you can take one as well. And it's just like a free exchange of books. But it's really just like a community resource. We plant veggies out there. There's two sides to it. One side's for children and one side's for, well, ideally it's supposed to be for older adults because it's a little higher and the raised beds are a little bit higher. But we currently don't have enough soil, so it's not working out quite well. But you guys should definitely come check it out if you're ever in Salinas. Even just walking by, the park's really nice.
Oh yeah, definitely. Is it open all the time, or is there like a schedule? Or
Yeah, it's open all the time actually. And then if you want to just text me, I can meet you there. I live like a couple blocks away. And then also too, there's an event on Halloween. It's called Ciclovia. I think they do that in Gonzales too, but they're doing it on Halloween this year. So they're gonna have events like Zumba and yoga and like a garden cleanup day. Are you guys still doing community service hours for school?
No.
Probably not, huh?
I don't think they're not a thing anymore. I know that, but I mean, last time we did was we had a bunch of fun over there at like last time we had our project. And so since we want to put stuff to use from our like the school, and like there was just a lot of resources at Marasca's, like the classroom in not his backyard, in his classroom, but he's got his classroom and then the whole thing out there, and he's got his greenhouse and they're fixing it up and there's a bunch of plants and stuff. So we were able to like just use a bunch of succulents and make arrangements, and then we went and told people what we're doing and what our project was about, and we gave it to the elderly people.
Oh, yeah.
We helped out there because they were helping the elderly people. Yeah. But then we never got to do our presentation because...
Yeah, because COVID. Yeah. Because everything got shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like February when we did it. It was still raining.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that day it was like sprinkling. I remember.
Yeah, I missed the rain for sure.
Or it wasn't spring. It was like foggy-ish. Yeah.
I just got a shark report because I live at New Brighton, and look at what's here.
Is that a great white?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how cool!
It's just like 5 minutes away from my house.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. What? It's huge.
It's like right here is where the waves break. That's where we don't get past because look at what's there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love sharks. They're actually my favorite animal.
But then we swimming with them.
I actually want to do that someday.
I mean, you just have to not panic.
It's pretty much.
I heard people can do that. I think in like a Vegas, in a hotel in Vegas, or like a place in Vegas. I'm not sure. But I've heard my cousin. I think the one that was really interested in one. And she like almost made her. She got her whole family interested in it, and they all went and did it somewhere in Vegas. I don't remember where, but
yeah. Usually it's like nicer kinds of sharks, though.
Yeah, that's like the docile ones that don't.
Oh, like you mean like going into like the actual?
Yeah, yeah. I want to swim with great whites actually. Well, in a cage, ideally, you know. But I want to see them in the wild. But I mean, I'd be happy with a lemon shark or.
I swam with a barracuda once.
This is an urgent message for the vehicle owner. We've been trying to reach.
Oh my god, I get a bunch of these all the time.
You gotta block them.
I know. Yeah?
Yeah, so once you hang up, there's just an option to block.
No, I'll do it right now. Oh my god, I called them back. Wow.
You guys get those texts where it's like, pick up a free iPad, your choice, what color or something like that? I got like 20 of those.
I know that there's a bunch of those scams things, but this one, my little brother gets called all the time too. And it's like, dude, I don't even have a card. We can't even drive.
Yeah, I get those.
For real.
You just gotta block them. I think you can block text numbers from people texting you too now.
Just block the
unblock the seller.
Contact.
Unblock, block. I blocked them. So whatever.
Yeah, and then it'll slow
Yeah,
down.
I heard, like, I saw on Facebook that this lady shared out, like, hey, has anyone gotten messages regarding, I think something similar to this, and the lady's like, you have to block them all. I'm like, oh my god. But if they're from the area, what the heck?
Yeah, that's how they get you. They have the same area code. Then you answer it. So did they, I forget, did they introduce themselves? Did you guys write down who everybody was?
No.
Just introduced himself at the beginning, and then that was
Yeah, at the beginning. So there's a few people that I think would be, if you're interested in following up with them, and just a lot of the times partners would be happy to hear from you, even if you just sent them an email saying thank you so much for the field day. If you have time, you know, you can even set up a call to hear like their own personal story and how they got from high school through college to their current career. Ignacio Mendoza was one of them. He works for Nature Ripe and the Strawberry Commission, which is, hopefully we can get a field day with those guys. But he is from the area, so he might be a good person to talk to about his journey. Emily Gardner is an advisor for the RCD. She does groundwater. She currently, I think she's retired actually, but she's just an advisor, and she focuses some of her volunteer efforts on groundwater protection and regulation, I think. So she's like on a board for that. So if you're interested in groundwater.
I actually never.
Oh, go ahead. I'm actually just learning about
Alright.
groundwater, which is
I don't even know
very interesting. Well, most of the Salinas Valley, all of our water is underground, and there's been zero regulation on the amount you can pull out up until recently. So, very interesting stuff. And if they pull too much out of the ground, then we get saltwater intrusion, which pulls the ocean into our groundwater, which is also, it can ruin all of our water forever. And then
so like,
oh, go ahead.
Like, you know, like, I don't know how to say it in English, but like whale, right? Like that's what they don't want people to do, just whales everywhere, or just make whales all the time.
Swells?
Or,
I don't know. I think that's a great question. I don't know how a swell, I think that's one of the new regulations that they have for like new buildings. Like they have to capture their own water. But I think that might be more on like runoff type of stuff. It looks like they want us to join that breakout room, guys. So if you can just click on breakout rooms at the bottom, and then you can just re-add yourself into that breakout room. And I'll wait until everybody's over there before I head over.
There she is. Great. All righty. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Letty. And thank you guys for the time you put in. The judges we've had their deliberations. We've had some discussion. I'd like to announce the winner, who will be going on to the next level of competition. And it's possible there will be a regional competition, but I don't believe so, in which case that would make the winner of this contest the de facto Central Coast champ, who would then be going on to the state competition, which will be held online on Friday, November 20th. I think it's mid-afternoon. So Megan has got the details on that. Anyhow, we ran through the scoring, and once I announce the winner, we'd also like to be able to provide you all some sort of feedback and thoughts for guidance. I think this is as a helpful and educational opportunity. So, drum roll, if anybody's got a drum. The winner is Jesus. You got the highest score consistently among the judges. Congratulations. And, oh yes, there's the hand clap. So you are our Monterey County Speak Up champ. Um, and we appreciate the hard work you put into your presentation. And we will, and we understand for all of you guys. So after I'm done, I'm going to let the judges talk. That you didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare or familiarize yourselves with the topic, or even to practice for the actual presentation. And so we're happy to assist you in terms of refining. If you want to give us something written, we can help you with sort of feedback for submitting your final presentation for the state. Because they have requested that a recording be sent in advance so the judges can preview the presentations. As far as I'm concerned, that doesn't mean you can't fine tune things in between, but you will want to have something solid. You know, I think it's a few days to a week in advance of that.
Yeah, by November 9th.
Yeah, happy to be a resource.
Congratulations.
So,
Thank you. Congratulations to you guys too.
yeah, no, and Kevin and Rocco, you know, all you guys had different sort of things to say, and we appreciate, you know, turning around on a dime in a bit here. But I'll let each judge sort of give you all some feedback. And judges, do you want to do it individually, or you want to do focus on a student? We hadn't 100% decided on that.
I think either way
maybe
works.
best to just focus, like maybe just some general presentation tips.
Okay, great. And just so you all know, Ignacio has another meeting coming up shortly, so he may have to jump off. So I'll let, if you don't mind, Ignacio, I'll let you go first.
Okay, great. Awesome. So first and foremost, congratulations, Jesus, and congratulations to all the participants. Definitely at your guys' age, I wouldn't even dare to do something like this. I gave a speech back when I was in senior in college, and that got an award by the American Society of Agronomy, Crop Science Society of Agronomy, and Soil Science Society of Agronomy. That was when I was 21 years of age. I couldn't see myself at your age doing that, so kudos to you. I definitely noticed that all you guys prepared to some capacities and some extent. Just moving forward, overall, anytime you're going to give a speech or a presentation, you always want to make sure that you're addressing your audience correctly. More than that, being aesthetically appealing to your audience, both physically, verbally, in the best way to give a speech. And that came across. I would have loved to see everybody's face. That way I could have put an image to who I was seeing. And that would have been a thing that I would have enjoyed. But beyond that, Jesus, I'll focus on you. Moving forward, I think you should definitely take this next few weeks and times to prepare as much as possible. I think you can use us as a resource too if you need anything, and I'll put myself out there. Paul can probably share my contact info with you, and I'm willing to help you to, prepare in any way, shape, or form for you to be the best candidate suitable for that competition. But beyond that, I think you guys did an amazing job. I encourage you guys to continue to be involved in competitions like this, and this is just another stepping stone to other opportunities. So thank you guys so much for the time. This was a pleasure of mine, and I look forward for the next one.
Thank you.
Can I go next? Because I've got a 2 o'clock meeting as well.
Go for it, Emily.
Okay. I'll echo Ignacio's sentiment about the importance of, professional seems like a long way off in your future, but you can always practice, being professional and present when you're speaking to people. I'll also second something that Ignacio said, that I would have really struggled doing this at your age. And it's just something that you have to keep doing and practicing and getting out there. I'm still practicing every day on learning ways to do it better. So big kudos for you guys for starting now with practicing giving speeches. I'll say one tip that I think would have been good for everybody's speeches is to make sure that at the end you really kind of revisit your your main points that you were trying to convey in a summary and conclusion statement to sort of wrap up what you were trying to communicate during the past 3 to 5 minutes. That way at the end people go, okay, it is kind of hard sometimes to end, but I think practicing a few sentences around summarizing the points you were trying to deliver would be a good thing to practice. So thank you for being here today, and it was a fun experience for me as well. So.
Thank you, Emily. Well, heck, as long as we're going in order. James, so you want to say a few words?
Yeah, I have a couple of points. Maybe this is going to sound a little self-serving, maybe, but I just want to say, as a supervisor, and I've run state programs, and I've done teachings, I've done a lot of public speaking, and even to this day, guys, I never know which James is going to show up to the speaking engagement. Is it going to be the James who's comfortable and has everything well organized and comes across well, or is it going to be the James who, just for reasons that you can't even imagine, suddenly decides to get nervous or forget what he was going to say? And so I just want to say that the things that I have learned from those varied experiences, the thing that's taught me the most is, one is, if you have to take a second and back up and revisit something, it's not the end of the world. It's perfectly okay. If you find yourself racing along and going too fast, just take a second to breathe between a couple of words. It can reset your timing, and it makes it seem professional and well thought out. What I saw today were really good speakers. All three of you were strong. I was listening to you all the way through. It's hard to keep my attention, and I was not distracted. So I want to thank you for being engaged when you speak that way, and I appreciate that. I saw some good expositional skills here today and some good structural skills, and I think all three of you would benefit by combining a little bit of both, having good practice thoughts written down, running through them many, many times, but then also trying to affect a conversational style. And the key to all of this is practice, practice, practice. So thanks for spending some time with us. I certainly appreciated it, enjoyed hearing everything you had to say.
Thanks, James. All right, Hannah, it's you.
Okay, I'm off of mute. Yeah, Kevin, Jesus, and Rocco, great job. Thanks so much for showing up today and for putting together a presentation for us. This was really a fun experience to see you guys put that into practice. I would say always introduce yourself at the beginning of a presentation and start with your main point. So even though maybe this project was presented to you as a question, and as you're coming back to answer a question, I would try to form a strong statement that just talks directly about what you want to be doing. So the RCD can be doing this or that to engage with their community better. And you just start with a strong statement in order to get you in there. And then when you're closing out your speech, just revisit the same thing and bring it home with all the points you were trying to make. So the RCD should utilize social media, or should make sure they're reaching out to schools, or whatever your point might be. Just really drive it home at that conclusion. And making sure that your physical presence is good, you know, especially when we're in the Zoom field, but anywhere, you're going to want to make sure that you have good posture, want to make sure that your face is clear, we can see you well, that you have good lighting. Those are the sort of elements that will make a big difference, especially for these Zoom type of presentations. And yeah, not being afraid to slow down, consult your notes, take a breath. I think all those tips that James gave were really spot on. And show your research. You know, when you're talking about your research, maybe instead of talking so much about the process of doing research, talk directly about what you found. And I think tying what you found into the point of the presentation, which is what the RCD can be doing, you're going to have a really strong presentation. So thank you all so much for your effort, and best of luck to you, Jesus.
Thank you. Sorry, it's been a long time since I've written a paper, or I mean, ever since like last school, past school year I haven't, done anything similar to this. But I am taking this. I don't really know what the. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just don't have the name on the. It's on the tip of my tongue. I just don't know exactly right now. But like a higher course of history, and it's more like where I have to give my evidence, and that's only the only writing I've done within this time. So this was not new to me, but new because I haven't done it in a while.
You'll do great.
Thank you.
So
to everyone.
We did have one question in common for all of you guys, and it directly relates to the fact that I'm assuming you're doing most or all of your classes online, just like you're doing this. And so there aren't speech opportunities the same way that you might have if you're giving an in-class presentation. And just curious, are there speech competitions? Are you giving class presentations or via Zoom or otherwise?
Well, so in my class, for example, in my ag classrooms, I'm taking 3 ag courses. So our school is split into like 3 days. So 2 days, and we do 3 classes every day. So so we go to the same class 2 times a week, and so we have 3 classes one day, and in that one same day I have ag, so I have agriculture all day. And in all my classes, we've done a couple presentations where like we're presenting, and then there's on Google Meet, I know that you can like present your screen and you yourself, so you're talking and explaining your screen. So that's what we've been doing, but it's been like something small where it's in a group project, and it's just like you're on there for like five minutes, but you're on there with another 5 people, so it's not a lot of talking that you have to do, more like explanation on basic things. So other than that,
right.
I've noticed that we haven't had any other speaking competitions or anything in that style.
Okay.
What about you guys, Rocco and Kevin?
Personally, this is my.
I was gonna say, a couple of my classes we do a couple presentations, but not really like any competition. It's just more like for assignments.
Mm-hmm.
Personally speaking, this is my first time doing a like kind of competition speech kind of ordeal like this. But yeah, I've given presentations in the past. It's I guess not that new, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I think the format definitely affects, like, most of us are at home, right? Is anybody not at home? Hannah, you look like you're in an office, or is that home? Oh, okay.
Muted. In my office.
Okay. That's why you look all presentable. I got a like crappy bed in behind me with a bunch of cameras and slides and stuff, junk laying on it, and we all have our backgrounds, whatever. But
I've got my standard Zoom spots. I've figured out exactly where to sit for all my Zoom meetings at home and here.
You got your angles.
Yeah.
So, but certainly, Jesus, you'll want to bear this in mind, and I think right now your background is fine. When it comes to the contest, you'll want to have some lighting that's behind the computer pointed at you, so your face is better lit. So right now it's a little dark. You're kind of back.
Yes.
But so for you, Rocco, and for Kevin, just bearing in mind, yeah, you're at home, but you still got to get yourself into that presenter mindset. Okay, I want to hear people hear me talking. I don't want them to be thinking about what's in the background or just, when you're forced into the front of a room to talk, you act differently than if you're sitting in a chair at your desk or at the kitchen table or on the couch or whatever. And so that's just, I think it's for the next 9 months or 12 months. Who knows how long this is going to take before we get to do, things together again. I'm assuming that'll be something you guys want to think about when you have future opportunities like this. So, Any questions from you all or from Letty? I want to thank the judges and you for participating. But in the meantime, I also want to let people speak who haven't had a chance to yet.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
We still gonna get that $15 Amazon gift card or what?
Oh, that's through me, yes, for
Hell
his
yeah.
participating.
Woohoo! All right. Yeah, and
Yes,
then
you will.
yes. Now on Jesus, there is actually a gift card for as the winner. That'll be separate, and I'll follow up with you separately about that through Letty. Okay.
Thank,
We
thank
usually
you.
give a $50 prize. We don't have a check. I figured a gift card would be a better idea, and we'll just figure out what the appropriate way to do that is. And
Sounds good.
the state contest has the prizes are the stakes are a little higher. It's $300 for first, and since there are so many competitors, they actually have a second and a third place prize too. So
Thank you.
I just wanted to say something real quick. I
yes,
just wanted to thank all three of you, Jesus, Rocco, and Kevin, for participating. I think you guys all had your strong points. I'm not a judge, so I didn't judge, provide feedback that way. But you all had your strong points so that if we could combine you all into one person, it would have been an amazing speech. I think just wanted to put that out there that, Kevin and Rocco, as although you didn't win, you did have some really strong assets to your speeches and presentations. And so just wanted to put that out there.
I think if we can just mention what those were real quick. Sorry. Kevin and Rocco, you both were very fluid when you spoke, which was nice. You had a great conversational tone. And your presentations were well organized. You flowed from one idea to the next very easily, which was nice.
Yeah, and I think Rocco, I like the way you brought in your personal story about how conservation, you developed a passion for it. I thought that was a really touching, kind of profound point to your speech. And Kevin, I thought that the way that you pointed to specific things that we could do for social media, you really checked out the things that we're doing currently and where they could be improved. I felt that you did offer some really good constructive criticism for the way that we do outreach to the community. So thank you for that. And Jesus, you won. So we'll talk more afterwards about your speech, but good job too.
Thank you.
All right, and I just want. Oh, sorry. Did you want to say something?
I was just. No, it was actually
No,
me.
can I ask a question to Megan?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Oops, lost him.
Nope, you're muted, Jesus.
Oh, sorry. How do you get that cool background?
It's a default video in Zoom. So when you change, you can choose to select a virtual background where it says stop video. You just right click that little arrow that's pointing up, and then you choose virtual background. You may or may not have this video option.
Okay, so now I've got it.
There's photos. You could upload your own videos too if they're on a loop, or photos.
Yeah. All right. Pretty slick. I was just going to say, Kevin, you weren't able to be on screen, and we were very, we out of fairness, because we wanted to not judge you unfairly because of just the situation you were in, where you already had a pre-existing obligation, and or you've got crappy bandwidth like I do at my place.
Oh yeah, my bandwidth sucks.
So that what, yeah. Yeah, if you're on satellite internet, I feel your pain. So I'm out in the country. So anyways, we did factor that in so we could score fairly. So, because frankly, that's something screwy right now for any student or even professional who has to work remotely. And how do you get your assignments submitted? How do you connect with your teacher? It's not the same for everybody. So. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
Yeah, and we'll also be
Off to you, Randy.
providing the feedback from the judges in written form for all of you guys via email. So I'll be following up with Letty to send that to you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to thank all the judges for coming on and taking some time out of your day to be here. Students, I know this was our first field day, and I think you guys faced it with great gusto, and I'm excited that you were able to even take some time out of your school schedule. Moving forward, we do have a field day on November 9th, so definitely keep that on your schedule, and I will talk to you more about possibly reaching out to some of these judges and hearing more about their stories on a more one-on-one basis, if that's okay with everyone. I know, Hannah, you do some great work in groundwater, and I think that could be very interesting for students to hear more about. And then James, maybe you and I can definitely sit down and talk more about connecting and doing more field days as well. Students, if you have anything else to say, I think now would be a good time. Otherwise, if everybody's okay, we can probably end the field day here.
Can you guys hear me? Because
Yes.
I can't really hear perfect. Yeah? Oh.
Can hear you.
I would like to thank all of you guys for putting this on and allowing us to come out here and you know, perform our speech. This is a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't even know what the RCT was before. So this really was eye-opening. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Glad to have you. You guys are the future.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you,
and thank
Letty.
you, Paul.
Bye. Thanks, Letty.
Rocco, Kevin.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Hannah, for joining us.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Bye.
All right, catch up. We'll catch up later, Paul. All right. Bye. Thanks, Letty.
Thank you.